First up, on the blue side, it's Team Liquid's DoubleLift and Olleh. Nail-biting last game, but they did manage to squeak out the win.
Yes, they certainly did, but will they have the same sort of game up against G2's bot lane in Hjarnan and Wadid? These guys have not yet been defeated in the 2 versus 2 throughout this entire tournament. And considering their performance in spring, earlier in the year, where they were considered one of the weaker bot lanes in Europe, to claim this title would be a big accolade for them to achieve.
But then the Mage Nation attacked, and Hjarnan was king! Heimerdinger has been 100% banned against them, and I expect that to continue.
Think so as well, but it is one game only for all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen. Be fun to see how this one kind of shakes out, but we've had a lot of very close 2v2s, I will say. I think sides are somewhat predictably playing a little slower than maybe we would like. There was a lot of all-inning in the side selection 2v2s, it felt like, but here, when there is such an important title on the line, teams are playing it very safe and sound, but you only have one chance, as we are going to get into draft here for our final 2v2 to determine best in the West. And Liquid, as expected, first ban Heimerdinger.
This is what Rift Rivals has been working up towards. The actual Summoners Rift games, they don't matter. This is everything. EU versus NA.
I gotta be honest, too, those belts are badass.
That's so cool.
I feel like that is one of the best prizes that like the players have been able to actually keep and take home that we've had in a long time. All right, the Xerath also being banned out. They were impressed with the kill there at the very end from DoubleLift.
But no AD carries have been banned. The Lucian is available for DoubleLift should he want it.
I mean, everything on the line here for the title. Only one game. Perhaps you break the pocket pick back out. Perhaps you're counting, you pick the Karma.
Oh, he actually picked Karma. I didn't think he would do it.
Lame. Karma very good, obviously, in this matchup, though. Spam out the Qs. You get your mantra.
Oh, no.
So early.
Oh, no. He actually did it.
Let's do it. DoubleLift making a stand for all of the AD carries around the world. He wants to prove in the 2 versus 2 finals here that Caitlyn has returned. At least without junglers and without scaling and being important.
Alrighty then. Well, FiddleSticks Karma versus Caitlyn Morgana. I don't think we could end best in the West, the battle for bot, in any other fashion.
He's even taken the normal summoners, it looks like. Flash Heal with Flash Ignite for Team Liquid. The Exhaust on the side of G2, though. And that one, you can go for the Fear early, then as soon as the Fear ends, then you can go for the Exhaust, and it's a long period of time where one of your enemies will be useless. But again, the range is going to be a big deal. That's why people pick Caitlyn, and DoubleLift is going to have to use it to his advantage. You talked about all the movement last time around, Pastry. See if they can combo this time, because as well, Morgana Binding and the Caitlyn Trap is one of the age-old tested combos.
And really sticking to what we'd expect from a duo lane. I think as far as Liquid are concerned, this is the regular old Summoners Rift laning phase.
This is the most standard 2v2 you'll get in the current meta. FiddleSticks has been appearing a couple times over in Europe, and he's kind of known as a pretty lane win support. That's kind of his role because of his instant CC, but as you talked about, Kobe, that long range from the Caitlyn will make it difficult for him to get up and kind of throw the harassment out that he would like to.
Yeah, especially if a binding lands first onto the FiddleSticks. Can't move, you get a trap under you, you still can't move, you're taking damage the whole time, and they're not in range for you to fear. And it would have to go to Hjarnan. He throws the shield down, tries to protect his lane mate.
But think about the drain. If Wadid eats a lot of damage, he can just soak that back up. And there are plenty of ways for him to just heal himself. And I wonder if he actually puts more points into the drain, because if it's just a FiddleSticks with like base items against a Caitlyn with maybe only a longsword, don't you think he could out-sustain him with his W?
Yeah, unless, if you're going for the all-in, then you want the duration on the fear. But otherwise, I agree with you.
Right. That makes sense.
Well, DoubleLift does have Barrier not here, which I think makes sense against Ignite, and also with Fleet Footwork, as we hit already. Struggling a little versus Dark Wind plus Karma Q. Does dodge that next one, though. Hjarnan a little off as far as the aim there. But last hitting on the turret a lot different in this particular map. And, oh, the Crows, they're coming. DoubleLift again, eating some damage.
Now, Caitlyn, again, as with most marksmen, trying to get the control of the wave, keep your autos up so you get the most out of your lifesteal from your Doran's Blade as well, and try and get that early push.
Hjarnan somehow dodging that binding. But TL again with that first cannon wave here.
Yep. CS should go to the side of G2 here. They're up by 1 in the early game.
Ooh, look at that poke coming out from the Fiddle. This is what makes him so obnoxious in the laning phase. Just that crow bouncing between the two members of Team Liquid. And you have to just keep that gap up while Karma continues to be annoying as well. But look, he's running out of mana pretty quick.
And remember to focus on the minions here. A lot of these CS are dying while G2 go for harassment. So Team Liquid pull a little bit back.
DoubleLift certainly never want to shy away from CSO2. Does take the relic there. As for Wadid, we usually see Aftershock in actual 2v2 lanes, but obviously wants more damage, has Comet instead. Oh my goodness.
But look at
That
the
Dark Wind did so much work.
Nice bounces, and he's maxing Dark Wind first. That's another point into the Dark Wind.
Finding gonna miss Wadid. Oh, he can see it. This Dark Wind's gonna do so much work. Minion Wave though arrives. Instead gonna try and bounce it around, but doesn't get any bounces onto some champions. It's all about bird timing here in this 2v2.
Big minion wave built up here for G2 as well. See how the harassment under tower does go. If you can line up those bounces once again. Olleh and DoubleLift.
Oh, those are brutal.
That's nullifying orb down. Howard Kamakyo, I believe, did hit. Yes, Hjarnan used the mantra.
No cannon kill.
DoubleLift is trying to sustain up. Black Shield on him, but again, kind of tough in this spot to do anything.
And it's actually very interesting how needing 2 kills completely changes it, because the threat of them flashing under the turret to go for the kill onto DoubleLift is not very real, since that would not end the game, and they'd lose too much for it.
Verify, not a bad binding from Olleh, but no tower aggro drawn. Hjarnan does take 1 shot, but DoubleLift back immediately. Boots plus null magic mantle, so kind of knows what he's up against here in the
But
lane.
he has no health pots, so that could be pretty frustrating when going up against all this poke that's coming out from G2. I imagine they'll go back to base pretty soon. They do have a decent amount of gold that they can look to spend. Olleh, though, needs to be careful here.
He's trying to freeze a wave.
He's actually trying to stop the backs here to delay the item purchases, and he is delaying quite a long time. Can he throw out a binding to stop another? Might be on cooldown.
Yeah, maybe wants to base as well, so everyone will finally get back away. Hjarnan amped home there, plus a Doran's Ring and some pots. Wadid just some pots and a second Doran's for him.
So a lot of extra AP being built up for G2. You can see that they kind of the ones dictating the pace of this 2 versus 2 for the time being.
And DoubleLift opting for the slow push here, wants to build up the minion wave as big as possible before they all crush down on the turret at once, and Olleh has time to walk back.
Olleh is back now though, but as you said, Kobe, G2 still a little ahead there in the CS race. I mean, it's pretty even. DoubleLift should get all these and then they'll be almost all tied up. But it could be close, and again, Wadid doing a nice job moving forward, getting bounces, just pressuring here.
Wadid now has finally put some points in his drain. Decided not to just go for the E and Q max. He is on his way towards level 6, so we will have the ultimate available. The question is it worth even using it when you know you have all this wave clear and poke available and you're starting to build up this farm? You also know that TL's duo will never go for an all-in. They can't win with this 2 versus 2 against a Karma Fiddle, so the fact that they are just winning through farm is probably the best case scenario for G2.
When the Caitlyn Morgana side losing in farm, that is a bad sign.
Another binding miss there.
They might
for
even lose their
Olleh.
tower.
That's true, actually. It's kind of taking a beating. Cannon creeps here. Yeah, G2 like, all right, start autoing it. Let's see what damage we can get done here. DoubleLift's early base kind of costing them here. Too much damage. As again, Wadid continues.
He has to base. Oh, that's actually... Is he basing?
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely going to be the last base because the turret is so low, they might even be able to rush it down. Olleh's got to do his best to keep those minions
Level
back.
6 Wadid.
A zoning Crowstorm, let's go.
He can only
he's
get
doing
it!
it! He goes in for it! Oh, Black Shield on. Actually, might be in for a kill.
He did!
Oh, look at the turret! Does not get a kill. Ignite burning down, but it's somehow not enough.
Woo! That was a bit
DoubleLift
of a
wants
throw!
it. Oh, he's got ulti. He's not going to be in range, and Hjarnan will block it anyway.
Okay. Holy moly.
Well, that made it a little bit more exciting because they kind of had it in the bag, and they go for the kill onto Olleh, but he just black shields himself, so no fear goes down. Still, though, the turret almost going to fall for Team Liquid. They have to make something happen soon.
Yeah, they really do. The CS discrepancy is pretty huge as well. Double level 6 from the side of G2. Doesn't mean a huge amount for Karma, but a bit of extra damage, I suppose. But yeah, they're trying to freeze this wave for the time being, try and close that CS gap as much as they can.
Better line to binding.
I think the plan might have switched to flash Morgana, ult, and go for it perhaps. I mean, we'll see. Hjarnan with his flash and ignite with exhaust ready, but no flash for himself. He's all like, yeah, there he is. Once the soul shackle, Relic is there though, exhaust is down. It might not be enough damage. The dark binding comboing back in mid. Olleh still getting low. First blood is drawn, but DoubleLift needs to get the other kill. With this, he doesn't even go down. The shield, DoubleLift taking up the minions. That's gonna be it. DoubleLift goes down.
Shebang! G2 are the best bot lane in the West.
I applaud DoubleLift for sticking to his guns and picking Caitlyn with Morgana. But Hjarnan with the Karma and Wadid's Fiddle overpowers NA's EU. Finally take a marquee victory here at Rip Rivals.
Yeah.
Did DoubleLift just do that for all of the 80 carries? He took one for the team, boys.
What did he do really, Kobe?
Oh, and now it is time for G2 to be awarded the best bot lane in the West.
Well, the bot lane may have moved, but the team remains the same. With that victory, we have our best bot lane in the West for 2018. We're going to throw it down to the commissioner.
And I present to you this year's 2018 Rip Rivals Best Bot Lane, Best in the West. The bot lane from G2, right here.
Woo, give it up, Hjarnan and Wadid! Hjarnan, how does it feel to be crowned the best bot lane in the West?
Easy.
Easy. Oh, that hurts being from NA. I mean, Wadid, was this even a competition for you guys? It looked like you kind of dominated.
Well, we're just enjoying NA, lol, haha.
All right, guys. Well, you guys did earn bragging rights. Is there anything that you'd like to say to your defeated opponents today?
Not really, no.
No words, guys. Congratulations again. And for more on this duo from the bot lane, let's hear from the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Avli. Hjarnan and Wadid, the best
Right
bot
there.
lane in the West. They are right there on that stage.
Right there, yeah.
Hoisting their belts. I mean, hey, they utterly destroyed DoubleLift and Olleh, who came through with a 1 CS win over
Yeah, that was
over
close.
Afro and
Oh,
Cody
baby.
to sneak in there. But EU, man, they win the group stage, win the best bot lane in the 2v2. It's all coming down to that best of 5 tomorrow. But let's
best thing,
relive
man.
some of the top moments here. As, of course, we watch DoubleLift and Olleh go for the kill on the flashless FiddleSticks.
I guess they were going for the double kill because Olleh didn't Tormented Soil, the guy who was chain rooted, but then probably fitting that DoubleLift didn't even finish the kill and it's a 2-0.
Wadid just dancing up at the top
He
there.
didn't deal any damage at the end. I think.
Oh, and the dance
I like
came
it.
out. I like it.
The best thing that happened to G2's bot lane was this meta change. Like, they love it. Every single game, that is like, yep, we play mages in the bot lane with Hjarnan, who is better at mages than even 80 carries. They even use it here to win every single game.
The
Nice,
crow spam, you gotta respect the Fiddlesticks.
I feel like we're
I know,
gonna see that.
they're almost
The
done,
silent
but that's
spam
fine.
is so good.
We're gonna actually see that bot lane though. Next time they funnel, they're gonna actually run Karma FiddleSticks because that can work in the LCS.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
good. By,
They love to do
by all
that.
means.
Yeah.
FiddleSticks have been played a couple times, I think.
Europe
right?
has played a lot of
Support
FiddleSticks,
position?
yeah.
Yeah, and Karma works.
Could entirely work. I do believe that we have the win moments from the remaining 2v2s as well, if we'd like to relive those, the journey to the finals that these teams took, because there's some exciting finishes, to say the least.
I'm glad Brand started hitting the ban list because it felt like we were just gonna see Perma Brand Mira started out.
Oh, this
but
moment.
A kill traded either way in this one, and then it came all down to this.
They just had to hit the minions.
Brandar.
We had a lot of games where if the team would have just read the CS a little better and gone
Right, look at the
straight for it,
scoreboard.
What'd you think of this Blitzcranked
This
Fishio?
was
This was definitely the worst performance.
NA Blitz, baby!
Ah, that hook, there you go. You almost did it.
You ever hear that trick? You ult to clear the minions, and then you
didn't
Q.
get the hook in.
I got a question.
This was actually, I think this was one of the most entertaining games, G2 versus Fnatic.
He gets crushed by that relic spawn.
Oh, and the Q. Nice Q.
I was kind of rooting for the double melee that, you know, with the...
Yeah.
That would have been
But
fun to
I mean,
watch.
don't all in when you're level 5 and they're both level 6.
That's a good point.
You could have waited.
Yeah, I mean, because if you have the ult, maybe you can jump out of... Nah, you're probably dead.
Yeah, you
I like where your mind's going, though.
I was like, yeah,
Just
maybe you
thinking.
can dodge a skill shot with
This
the high
was
jump,
the
but-
crazy one
Big one.
right here. Came down to 99 CS for both teams.
Look at that last minion. That would have been the
right there.
It's
That's the
about to
win.
hit by the turret.
And then Afro's ult is channeling. That would have also been
And
100.
The old channeling would have been it.
Oh.
Oh, it was so close down
I
the
actually
wire.
think they won 100 CS. I think he just last hit the minion before killing
Before
Cody's
killing
dog.
him?
Yeah,
You think
because I
it
just saw the
win
last hit
actually
come in.
paid- Oh,
I think
very
they
well
actually
may have.
just won 100 CS.
We spent a lot of time talking about that one. I don't think it was even winnable by 100 Thieves, because if Cody's not tanking the turret, that minion gets a little faster and they win off 100 CS first. So
Sure.
I don't know if there's anything 100 Thieves could have done unless
Probably
they
not.
get the kills.
Dash was screaming Luxold and it was on cooldown.
He liked to right there at the end.
Yeah, at the end, but not before that.
Fool, what are you talking about?
do
We
anything.
literally just saw him like so. It's on cooldown.
Before that, he couldn't have won with it.
It's interesting, though, to watch these 2v2 tournaments only because there is no defined best way to play the game. There's not enough evidence to really know. So it's interesting to see what these players come in with, both from a champion perspective as well as their rune choices, of course. I'm sure there are things that could have been done more optimally. The whole last hitting of the turret gets more difficult as well.
You're guessing who's good on what champions, like the fact that all of the 80 carries were banned when Afro and Cody played against DoubleLift, but then they banned out the mages to
Baited
get
them
them on the
into
80
it, is
carries
what
so
they
they could beat the mages.
I was waiting for Aurelion Sol. You just like push him back
That's
and come back
awful.
all the time. Just do
You're
it. Yeah.
roaming
That is
champion.
bad.
Who are you gonna go
Gosh,
bot?
you're roaming
Run
back
back.
to your
Vodka
base
or CS?
and coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You can keep shopping.
All
NA
righty.
strat.
Well, tomorrow, EU and NA duke it out for the title of Rift Rivals champions, presented by Jersey Mike's. Because NA came up short in groups, they have submitted Echo Fox for Game 1, and EU have responded with G2. They'll also have the opportunity to respond for Games 2 and 3 to what NA puts forward. But we already have that Game 1 laid out there for us. What are you guys thinking, one, about that game, and two, what EU's approach is here in terms of who they've elected to send forward?
It does feel like EU wants to start with a win, and G2 is their most controlled team going up against probably the craziest team for North America. So it feels like they're just trying to stop Echo Fox from maybe picking up an upset win.
Yeah, because I thought if it was like the 3-0, they would put G2 against Team Liquid, because that's the highest chance of a win for G2.
Right.
And then just put like 100 Thieves versus Splice, and of course Fnatic would then take on Echo Fox, but they're not doing that. So it feels like the control we trust the most in G2. Let's get it 1-0. Question is just, do you put Splice versus 100 Thieves to try and get a win? Or do you just sack
you
them for
sack
the
them
TL?
Splicing
You're like, yeah,
against
you
And that's
you
the
don't
only
win.
choice
the
remaining
Wolves.
to make after the first one, because all three teams have to play in the first 3 games.
Yeah, very much so. But G2, the winningest team in Europe at the moment. Well, I guess we should
Tied with
we
Misfits,
shouldn't
yeah.
say, yeah, exactly.
Super
Misfits is there,
undefeated.
but also the winningest team over here is still undefeated across Rift Rivals and the 2v2 Gauntlet. That's going to do it for today. So for myself, the cast, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Rift Rivals. Good night.